Let's say you're given a geometric sequence with multiple missing terms. There's two ways to find missing terms. The first one is if you're given two consecutive terms, take those two terms, divide them to find the ratio, then multiply by the ratio. So in this case, we're given those last two terms, and we can set up an equation, 24,000 times my ratio equals 480,000. So then we can divide by 24,000. Those cancel. Divide by 24,000. We can cancel 3 zeros. 48 divided by 24 is 2. So our ratio is 20. So now we can apply our ratio, and we can say 3 times 20 is 60. 60 times 20 is 1,200. And then double check and make sure 1,200 times 20 is 24,000, and that works. But if you don't have two consecutive terms, let's say you just have this sequence and these are missing, you can still find it. You just need to set up a different type of equation. Every time you see a comma, you're multiplying by your ratio. So you can say 3 times my ratio times my ratio times my ratio is 24,000. So I can set up my equation as 3r cubed equals 24,000. I divide by 3, and I get r cubed is 8,000. To cancel out the cube, we have to take the cube root, which has a little tiny 3 by it. If you don't see a button like that on your calculator, you would be looking for something like this, x with a y on it, and then you would just type in 3, and then that button, xy, and then 8,000. If you have a calculator and you can't find that button, you might be able to look at the one that says catalog and look up cube root. Or a third way is you can do 8,000 with an exponent, parentheses, 1/3. That is another way to do a cube root. So I'm going to put bullet points by the 3 ways you could do a cube root in your calculator. To do it by hand, you'd be looking for something times itself 3 times that equals 8,000. Sometimes that's hard to tell. If you have 3 zeros, you know that your answer is going to have 1 0. And the thing that multiplies to 8 3 times is 2. So you could do this in your head, but most of the time cube roots you'll need a calculator for. So once you've found out by using your calculator to get the cube root of 8,000, that's 20. And then you go back and do the same thing you did before. 3 times 20 is 60. 60 times 20 is 1,200. And 1,200 times 20 is 2,400. So just to summarize, you're doing the equation. The first number, count your commas. If you have 2 commas, it's r squared. If you have 3 commas, it's r cubed. And then you take the next number that you see.